36 Mafia.
Slob on my knob? You was listening to Slob on my knob?
Absolutely. Taking a spiritual bath. I love it to like
Slob on my knob. Like corn on the cob.
Lighting this.
Did you have to put the water over your head anyway? Slob on my knob, or did you just throw it in your mouth? Because you know.
I dug myself back. It came up like back. That. I was arousing from slobbing of the knob.
And then she rise.
Spiritual awakening.
Yes.
3-6 Mafia.
Yeah.
That is some super gangster shit.
No.
Thank you, because these motherfuckers hear my little soft ass voice and think I don't got it in me.
You living la vida loca.
I got to. I have to live a crazy life. Let me stop. I don't want to live a crazy life. I want to be a soft black woman. Or a black woman.
Use it.
You can do both.
You can be soft and then pull your gangsta out when you need to pull it out.
You gotta, you know what I'm saying? Like
sometimes the gangsta don't need to be in the front; they just need to be around.
Internally.
That is true.
Internally.
You know what I'm saying?
Just put a shirt on the side, let them know it's there.
Yeah.
Exactly. It's here. How you want to act?
You lucky I'm healed, bitch, and then you pull it down.
Right. You know what? I'm gonna take a spiritual bath on that ass. Thank
you. Dog life.
Yes.
Oh, welcome everybody. This is Senpai and Frennns, and I am your host, Jiggly Senpai, and I am here with my friends. Why don't you guys introduce yourselves?
It's me, Brooklyn Bunny.
It's your girl, SDTrinity. What's up?
What's up, everybody? It's GokusGodCousin.
Yeah, hey, y'all. Roxxy Haze.
Yes. The incredible Roxxy Haze is joining us for this episode of Senpai and Frennns. I'm so happy that you're here. And this is fun for me because my two sets of friends are like mixing right now. And sometimes your sets of friends don't be mixing.
Man.
I love that we are all able to talk and relate so fluidly between, all the different subjects, whether we're talking about issues that are specific to women or femme presenting people or, nerd shit, video games, fantasy and licking gooch and everything in between.
Let's go.
With the Gucci all 2023.
All 2023.
Yes.
So I wanted to talk this episode just about adult friendships because it can be really, really challenging to make friends as an adult, to maintain old friendships as you grow from your childhood or teenage or young adult years, like well into your older years. It's something that isn't always easy to navigate. And I think that it's important to talk about. So I want to kind of ask this question to everybody, like, have you found yourself making new friends as an adult? Or have you seen significant changes in your friendships as they have transitioned from being like a child or teenager into adulthood?
Yes.
Making friends or transitioning?
I'll say this. I'll say I still have 90% of my friends from like middle school, high school. But we both have the agreement, like as long as we check in every once a month or whatever, like, how are you doing? Good. Any updates? No. Mental health good? Yes. And then we're good. If not, then we, dive deeper into it. But then I have all of you here that I've made over COVID pretty much and talk daily or see daily or whatever it may be, interact with you guys in some way. So the long-term friends are like, we have a mutual understanding of you're doing your life out there, I'm doing my life here. But with y'all, it's like, what's up? Good morning. How y'all doing? Are we gaming? Are we talking about this? Are we doing that? Which is really nice. I think it's a good balance for me. So that's that one.
This is deep for me. First of all, I would like to say I apologize to the friends that I lost during my seasons of depression.
R.I.P. R.I.P. R.I.P.
I'll take a shot. Oh, okay, hold on. Ooh, I ain't gonna take another one because
she said, "You got the point."
I'm gonna end up being scandalous, and I don't need to be. But anyway, not my scandalous child. During COVID, there was definitely like a mental health time for me, and a lot of my friends that I had during high school, some of them I still have, but we're not as close as we used to be. We still check in and do all that stuff, but more so like, I learned to set boundaries and hold people accountable for not being good friends. And that's been very powerful for me. And I've also been more aware of moments where, like, y'all know me, if something happens with me, I'm like, what did I do wrong? Because I am queenie bitch of uncomfortable conversations, okay? I'm like, we're going to talk about this right now, Heifer. And I don't care. I'm going through my life. I need to know right now. What did I do? I'm sorry. It was fucked up. So I don't need no more rum. I don't need any more rum. I don't know. But my thing is, I like to make sure, like, if I did something fucked up, and I do because I'm human, we all do, we're human, we have error. I want to know, like, what I can do to set that boundary so we can be friends because I care. And I recently have been ghosted by somebody, and it hurt my feelings real bad. But also, I'm like, it's okay. You know, a lot of the times when you stop talking with friends, sometimes it's not about you. It's about all the stuff that they weren't in the place to communicate. I've definitely been a motherfucker that has been too nice. And I've learned that sometimes when you're too nice, you end up resenting people because you have the hope and faith that they'll be able to see that you need them to respect you or, you know, set a boundary and you need time. But if you're not in a place to set those boundaries, you're going to lose a friend in the first place because being too nice is really not being kind to yourself. So that's something I learned. And I've made more friends now, and I feel more solid on the friendships that I have now because of the things that I went through. But, you know, RIP to the homies I lost in my season of depression. All right, that's
RIP.
I pour it out, but I ain't wasting.
I just show the bottom of my cup in the camera.
I think it's important to take a significant look, right, at the criteria that it requires for us to be friends with people before adulthood, right, in our adolescence, college even. And then now when you're in a world where we've kind of crossed that threshold. We talk about this all the time on the show when we get together. When you are a person who has developed friendships from pre-adolescence, post-adolescence, and then now you're in media, right? You're making friends like us. And we're fucking amazing friends. We rock out, you know, but at the same token, we have to take a look at the way that we require things from people as an adolescent versus what we require from people as an adult. And then even still, the adults that we are, right? I require for people to be like you, upbeat, women that are empowered. I don't need a sneaky, you know, cookie from high school that may or may not have fucked my fucking first before I did. And, you know, and it's still in my life, you know, I can still have you check in on me every now and then because, hey, you know, I don't even remember his name at this point. You know what I'm saying? It was your first, not mine. But, you know, what the criteria took before, the requirements, these standards, right? The criteria that we would require in high school, college, and then after college first jobs, like these first friends. When we make these follies, when we make these fuck ups and we slip up shit, maybe we might fuck our friends, man. You know, things happen, right? And you're able to forgive and have less boundaries in that time frame than you do now. You slip up as an adult in a friendship and there's boundaries. What are boundaries for? Self-care. We talk about this shit all the time. So I feel like it's a significant look at the way that we've been able to change and see Whereas now Goku mentioned when she was talking about her stance on it, she's been ghosted by a friend. It fucks with her feelings, but it doesn't fuck with her sense of self. She knows it's more a personal issue that they have. It's not her business. But it still fucks with her because her emotions are her business. Whereas we're hearing Trin mention, she's got her friends from the past. They know the boundary is check in. If the mental health, it ain't broke, don't fix it. No, to mind, you know. Whereas, and it's true, we do text each other quite often. And I feel like a lot of it has to do with we meet each other's criteria at the core of who we are now. Going through the, you know, friends whose friends fuck their friends, and, you know, here I am, polyamorous friend now, you know, it requires a certain kind of discipline to where your boundaries are. Being friends with you girls matches my boundaries to a T because you guys are go-getters like me. You guys are empowered like me. Shit, if I'm caught, you know, left field, call me. You guys call me out on it immediately. Or if you're caught out there and need some kind of advice, you call me immediately. So I would say the change in the dynamic as an adult for me now is I have friends that meet me 100%, not halfway. You know what I mean? Yeah. Even with you, Roxy, too. Roxy and I hadn't been in the same room together until years past COVID.
Like 2-3 years.
Awards. Was it the Game Awards? And still being able to text you like, hey, I'm out in Houston during COVID. I have no idea what's going on. And then Roxy being able to be there for me. There's a certain standard, right? Things that we require. And you guys meet those requirements and those needs. You fulfill these when I need something, right? So it sounds really fucked up to the untrained, evolved human being, but it's like if your friends are not meeting your needs, then they need to be checked in with a little less often.
Yeah, I think that that's valid. You know, we happen to think about meeting someone's needs as a more of a relationship thing when it comes to your intimate partners, right? But it is still really important in your friendships. I think that because I held back like my enjoyment for like, you know, all things nerdy when it came to my friendships in high school and as a young adult, they were never really fulfilling everything. I had sets of friends that I did stuff with because I didn't really, and it's part of me like not being transparent, being fully myself, you know, I wasn't getting everything from one place. I had different friend groups that I did different stuff with. And I always felt like, you know, there was something missing, something that wasn't there. I used to work with someone who was the first person I had met in my adulthood that met all of them. Like we were able to, you know, be friends who could call each other and talk to each other about super important real life shit, but then also like see each other in the hallway and like do the Zoidberg shuffle. It was right? Oh my gosh, like, it was the best thing. And unfortunately in 2016 she passed away. And that I think kind of that experience in me a little bit, and I was reluctant to venture out again. And then I had another friend who was someone that I worked with, and our friendship had all dissolved. Now that one was my fault. I could take accountability on that and say that the reason for it dissolving was mostly on me, but the way that it dissolved and the closure that I didn't receive burned me up. And I didn't really try to make new friends again for a while. Really like at COVID. Really like when I met you guys. That is when I started trying to let people be my friend again and trying to be someone's friend. And I love that you guys have been, whether you know it or not, teaching me how to be a different kind of friend than I had been in the past. One who is more emotionally in tune and evolved. Emotions to me feel weird and like strange and yucky because of how I grew up and how we deal with emotional shit in my household. So doing that with people who are more evolved than me or healed than I am really helps me to understand and interpret and feel like I am being and becoming a better person. And I really want to thank you guys for that, and thank you for your patience. Meeting Roxy was another like Zoidberg for me. Like, we be on the same silly, goofy.
It's fun.
It's so much fun. It is so much fun. And I remember the first time I saw you do stand-up, I said, she's funny. She is really funny.
Was it at BlurCon?
It was not at BlurCon. I think I saw you in a YouTube video. It might have been Keep Your Distance.
Oh, when I roasted Kev when he fell.
Probably. I was just like, she is funny. I like her. And then when you came and started doing things that were close to me, I was like, I'm gonna go watch. And it was at that anime event where I was like,
that weird ass dude. Yo, this dude was so fucking weird. And I'm gonna tell y'all the story real quick. Also, I didn't tell y'all about my friendships over. Can I do that? And then tell them the story with the fucking weirdo? The guy was so fucking weird.
We gotta get back to the weirdo.
Okay, so please remember, because I forget. All right, so I have realized, like, I always used to be like, I don't have a lot of friends. But I'm like, I have a lot of fucking friends. So like, through most of the chapters in my life, I've had like one person that I'm like really close to, and then like a whole lot of acquaintances. But as I've gotten older, I've realized like I've kept those like close friends. So almost everybody that I was close with in like elementary, I'm still close with. Middle school, that friend I'm still close with, like throughout the years. But then I also like, I used to think I was like an ambivert, like I like being in the house, but I'm very extroverted. Like I'm very good at like just going up and talking to people. I don't know if it was Jig or somebody else. I don't remember, but they were like, you talk to all the NPCs. Like, I'll just go talk to random people. And I end up like building relationships with people. And I think the thing I like most about like the friends that I have is that like all my friends are cool with each other. Like I can have an event and all my friends could come, and it could be somebody from middle school meeting somebody I just met, and like everybody will get along and everybody will have a good time. I've had to learn how to be a better friend to people because I'm like Goku, like I'll go through my like depression and I just won't talk to my friends. Like I'll just be not talking to people for like 2-3 months. And I had to learn like to check in. Like a text don't, just send a text. Like, hey, I'm going through some shit. I'm good. But that requires a certain level of like vulnerability and openness, because like I don't want to tell y'all I'm sad. Like, especially with depression, because it's like I'm sad, but I don't know why. I'm just fucking sad, and because I'm such a happy person, because I'm so like jovial and jolly, like that's just hard sometimes for people to understand. You know what I mean? And I also had to learn, like, I don't have to be funny about it. Like, because I'll try to cover up depression with being funny, or like, oh no, I'm okay. It's like, no, I'm not okay. I'm not okay. And it's okay to not be okay. And I've been able to build people around me that I do feel comfortable telling them that I'm okay, that I'm not okay. And I've built relationships with people where they like can sense that something's wrong. It's like, hey, you ain't checked in a while, or like, I know you're busy, but I also know that you'll get busy or make yourself busier to not deal with your depression. So like, have you taken a break? Have you had a day where you're just like not doing shit? So I'm happy that over the years I've been able to build these great friendships and been able to have my friends be friends with each other. But also, like, I forgot who said it, but like, yeah, I'll cut motherfuckers off. Like, if I feel like if you're not fulfilling my needs, you gotta go. And I started doing that like damn near every quarter, like with business. Like I'll check in and be like, there's these people in my circle, like, are you fulfilling my needs? Am I fulfilling your needs? Do I like you? Because sometimes you just genuinely outgrow people, and that's okay. I don't like the ghosting shit, because I also like having like uncomfortable conversations. I'm like, let's talk about this, like, because I would want to know. But on the flip side, I'm also trash a little bit sometimes. So I feel like sometimes I will just not say nothing, but that's usually after I've said stuff for a while. You know what I mean? Like, yes, you get to the point absolutely. Where it's like, fam, I done told you like 6-7 times. Like, we've already discussed it. We've already talked about like what you need to do, what I need to do. So at a point, it's just like, I'm just gonna stop calling you. Like, I'm just gonna stop talking to you. And they may feel like you ghosted them, but it's like, I said something. I said this already. So yeah, it's been a very interesting experience. I've also had to learn like what being a good friend is to different people, because like it's certain shit like I don't really care about birthdays, you know what I mean? Like I'm happy it's your birthday, but I don't care. But for some people that's big, and like I've hurt a lot of my friends' feelings because they're having a birthday party and I may be going through some shit and I don't want to go, but like I had to figure out ways like, all right, let me try to make sure I'm there for this person in some kind of way, because I don't want them to feel like that I'm not being a good friend. So yeah, it's all been a process, and just learning more about myself and my attachment styles, and like what being a good friend means to me and what it means to the other person. So yeah, this weird motherfucker, right? So we were it was an anime tattoo event that I was doing with my homies 8-Bit Close Fist, Ronell and LJ, and it was dope. It was at this venue, and we were outside, and they were giving out cheap tattoos and all of this stuff. And I was teaching, because like I said, I just go to people and I just start talking. So I think you were with CJ and them, right? Hip hop.
I came with my roommate and I met CJ and them.
Oh, you met CJ there too?
That was the first time I met her.
Delightful. She's also a delightful person. I love her so
Absolutely.
much. But yeah, I just was going up there like, hey, what y'all doing? And I wanted to play dominoes, and nobody knew how to play. And Jig was like, I'll learn. And she was fucking terrible, y'all.
Here, time out. Let's rewind that.
Okay.
I know how to play dominoes.
Which one was it? The spades?
I am terrible.
Okay. Yeah. She was like counting the dots like this.
Oh boy.
She was like, is that 50? I'm like, no. What are you counting?
I
What are we
played
doing
the
here?
worst game of dominoes that night.
It was so we didn't even finish. I just got up from the table. But I was like, I like her. She's delightful. But then it was just this dude. Like he was like this weird. I'm not gonna call
awkward.
Socially awkward and also not conventionally attractive. So those two things.
He was drunk. He had a
And
bottle
he was
in his backpack.
And musty.
Mm-hmm.
And a little sticky. And he just like kept coming around and being in everybody's face and being weird. But I did make him pay for my tattoo that I have. I got a counselor for tattoo. And he sent me the money for it. So that was great. But like he just was being weird, and I had to keep like saving people from him. Like he just kept invading people's space in really weird ways. So I would just come up and be like, hey, get away from her. Like, hey, stop talking to her. And I think did he apologize to you that night or later?
No, he apologized, and then he walked me and my roommate to our car, and then he went away. I think he got her phone number. She didn't use it, or he did that. Nothing happened with that. It was more like just here, go away.
He was so weird. So weird. But then after that, I think we followed each other on social media, right?
Yeah.
And then I would just have shows.
Very
and you would pull up.
persistent about meeting you because I just thought that you were really cool. And the jokes that you told, I was like, oh, that's me in real life. I like her a lot. We should be friends. Wouldn't that be cool?
Wouldn't that be cool?
Yes.
Nerd. And then, but then you just kept coming and stuff. And I was like, I like her. She's nice. And then I don't know. I don't remember when the moment was. I was like, oh, like this could be my friend. I think we just started like hanging out more and more. And then we just started coming and stuff. And then I just started calling you. And then I like to rant. I think that's when I was like, oh, this is my friend. Because once I start ranting to you, like, oh, this is a friend. This is a friend.
Yes.
I love you guys as friends. The first time that I saw y'all together was when I went to the Game Awards and I saw you guys, and I'm like, oh my God. But it's like the excitement of seeing Jig, seeing Roxy, but them together. I was like,
and that was some bullshit too. Let me tell y'all about that. So,
hold on. That right there.
Tell me that.
This is my next thing, right? Because one of the challenges of adult friendships is actually spending time in person.
Facts.
Spending time in person can be so difficult because you have different schedules. You may have different things going on in your life. If you're both parents, if one person is a parent and the other person's not.
If you're long distance friends.
Friends, how does that work? But then also when you're dealing with stuff like depression, and you want to be outside, but then suddenly you don't want to be outside.
Mm-hmm.
I know I have definitely felt the pressure of, oh man, I committed to this thing, and I do not want to put on
it's
clothes.
the fucking. Oh my God, it's the worst.
You and I, Roxy, had a few false starts before we actually made it out of the house. And Bunny, the Game Awards was the first time we actually made it. Because we tried a few times before that, and it just didn't work. And after that night, I remember we both said, we was like, this bitch got one more time.
You ain't finna keep cock teasing me, lady.
Because both of us were both going, yeah, no.
Today, not maybe. Because the thing too, just because, you know, I do comedy and stuff. And one of the things I'll find is like, you know, people will come to the shows and it's like, but we're not really getting to hang out. Like, I'm performing and I'm on. And I also don't want that to be the basis of the friendship, is like you coming to my shows. You know what I mean? Like, I want to hang out. I want to talk to you. I want to kick it. So this guy that I've known for some years, right? We've worked on some stuff together. Once again, not a conventionally attractive person. I don't find him attractive. And I don't like his personality now. So he's ugly. So people will try to be having sex with me, and I don't know, right? Because I'm a friendly person. I'm from the South. We just like to talk. And I am realizing, like, oh, I'm becoming more prevalent, like, online and stuff. Like, people are knowing who I am, and they want to fuck me. And so people just don't just be being nice. Like, you know, like, I just, oh, you don't want to be my friend, sir? I thought you just enjoyed me as a person. Oh, no, you want to fuck. So this guy was like, hey, I got these tickets to the Game Awards. Like, we should go to the Game Awards. And I was like, oh yeah, I would love that. And this is like weeks before. And so, but like leading up, he's just asking me all of these weird ass questions like, oh, what you wearing? We should match. And I was like, why would we match? What the fuck are you talking about? Yeah, he was like, oh, how are you getting there? Do you want me to come pick you up from your house? Why would you come pick me up from my house, sir? Yeah, we not that cool like that. Have you ever picked me up from my house? For nothing, he's like, oh, well, my brother and his girlfriend are coming. It could be like a double date. We could go out to eat. So I was like, oh, no. That's what you think this is? Yucky patooey. And I was really excited. I really wanted to go. And so I asked my not boyfriend. It's the guy that I've been talking to for like 2 years. We are not dating, but he is a boyfriend adjacent, right? And he was like, fuck no, you're not going with that N-word to no shit at all. And I was like, okay, well, let's figure this out. So then I was like, I'm going to cancel on the guy. So I was like, hey, actually, I don't have no clothes, which I didn't. I was like, I don't have no clothes, so I'm not going. And so then he also canceled. It was weird. It was like this weird little dance we were doing. And then he was like, actually, I got like 7 tickets, so I'm not going to go. I'll just give you the tickets. And I was like, bet, say less. So I was like, hey, Jig, want to come? We've been saying we're going to hang out. This is a perfect opportunity to hang out. So she came and she brought her other friend, who was delightful as well. And I brought one of my hoes. And so I kid. So fix that in post, y'all. Fix that in post. I brought one of my friends. And so I get the fucking tickets, and they're seat filler tickets. Wow. They were seat filler tickets. They weren't even real tickets. And so I was like, you think I'm a seat filler, bitch? I was so upset. How dare you, sir? But I'm like, I already got the tickets. I already went through all of the stress to get this outfit. We're going to go. So we get to the awards, and they were like, you were supposed to be here 4 hours ago. If you were a seat filler, you're supposed to go to the south side of the building and wait to fill in these seats. So that's when we ended up seeing you, Bunny. And we was like, oh, she was somebody. We're going to try to sneak in and sit at the table. I was sweet talking to people at the door. They was just like, no.
Nobody was fucking with us.
They was not fucking with it. So I was like,
nah. Because of first of all, I would like to say, y'all didn't really miss that much. I mean, it was a lot, but there wasn't no alcohol.
At the awards?
There wasn't no alcohol, okay? No, but it was just soda and water. And then at one point they stopped even selling that. Because
how you stopped selling?
The whole venue was on some shit, like, because it's the Game Awards, they were very strict on what you could do while you were inside of the auditorium, right? So they would kind of cattle call you. If you needed to use the bathroom, that better be the one time to use the bathroom, because you could only get up and go between awards. But there's back-to-back awards. And so you could very much be coming back from the restroom or a concessions break, or like me when I was trying to go back and forth from the door to do some head count, gamma shit. Y'all should have never let me go to the game. I was stuck in between because they had a lot of like big ticket, you know, talent on stage, and they were not letting people walk through the corridors between the aisles and stuff to get in and out of the auditorium. And that's the reason why they were probably like, oh, you were supposed to be here 4 hours ago.
Yeah. Like,
they were not serving anything. It was, the hospitality was not there. But I get it. It's an award show.
Yeah, it's a big award show and y'all filming, doing all of that. So I get it, but I was actually glad we did not go. First of all, I took my picture outside, so people thought I went. It's like, oh, he was at the Game Awards. I was like, sure the fuck was, bitch. But we ended up like hanging out outside and having fun. And then like, I think that's when we realized like, oh, this is a person that I like. We went to Starbucks and was just doing shenanigans for no reason. And then after that, we just started randomly hanging out like almost every week, which is a lot for me.
It's a lot for me too, but it's
new.
Fun. It's very new.
Very fun.
And we are not used to that. That excitement that you saw, Bunny, was definitely like some of that. Oh, we finally made it out the house. We're not gonna waste this opportunity.
I'm like, my friend.
We spent a good like hour and a half between Starbucks and chilling out front, taking pictures. We all took pictures in Roxy's fancy ass coat. It was awesome. It was a really, really great fucking time. And yeah, now we get together quite often in person, which is again different for me because I don't really be outside in these streets. I live away from home, and so like all of my friendships from my youth are back home. Coming out here are all of my friends that I've made as an adult, and I don't really see all of them in person, especially since like I made my home base in one part of Southern California and I lived there for 8 years. And then I moved over here closer to LA and had to kind of restart. Like I'm still connected to those people, but I see and talk to them very differently than I see and talk to anybody who's in my immediate circle, which in person is still very small. Very small. So like being outside and going and doing stuff with you is really, really fun, but it's definitely new for me. Staying up late as you get older gets difficult. And I don't know how we happen to do it, but the night never ends before midnight. And quite often I'm not getting to sleep until like 3.
Being grown.
And then we don't even be doing nothing. We just be playing. Like it's not even like we in the club. We be in the car laughing, listening to stupid music, or like just we be outside doing this, and then it's 3 a.m. and now we tired and hungover with no alcohol. Like go to bed. Go to bed. It be so my not boyfriend be calling like because he'll randomly call late too. I think he just be trying to see if I'm outside, but he'll call and be like, "What you doing?" I'm like, "Oh, I'm with Jig," and he's like, "What y'all doing?" I don't know. He's like, "Where y'all going?" I don't know. He was like, "So y'all just sitting in the car?" I'll be like, "Yeah,
yes,
yeah." We went somewhere earlier and we just been in the car for 4 hours, and then it's
talking, laughing, fucking crying,
doing nothing. And they'll let us be high. That's a wrap.
Lord. This is absolutely a wrap.
It was one time we went to a vegan thing. We went to it was in the afternoon. We went to a vegan. Sabrina Sith was leaving. Sabrina Sith was moving to New York, so it was her going away party. So it was like a vegan go out to eat whatever outside food truck. We went there and then we drove down the street to get some other snack. I don't remember what we did, but we kept going like this to different places, but
we
not
were in a good 5-mile radius.
But we didn't spend no money. We just was driving around, stopping at different places. Then we did karaoke. Then we sat outside and I was high crying for no reason. And then we just kept doing this. We started the day at like 1 o'clock. We didn't leave till like 1 a.m. But we didn't do nothing. Like it was just moving my car. I don't understand what that was, but it was fun and I enjoyed it. Fun. We hung out with Zach Fox. That was fun too.
This makes me very happy to hear. because, and I don't know, Jiggly, if you remember, because we were drinking at BlurCon too. But I remember seeing Roxy, and I was like, I want to go talk to her. Like, I want to be friends with her. And you're like, do it. And I'm like, no, I can't. And she's like, you talk to everybody. I was like, I can't talk to her. She's like, why not? And I'm like, I am scared. She's like, no way. And I was like, I don't know. Like, I don't know. I just can't block myself from you.
Hey, friend.
Y'all's relationship and your friendship is so beautiful, and I'm like living through Jig's post.
Well, come on, be my friend too.
I was dead scared because you had your Tommy Pickles. You was out there.
Oh my God!
I was like,
that's what you
want to be next to her, like in the bubble. Laughing.
Was it when I was dancing with the diapers like that? Yo, it was. Yeah, I did a Tommy.
When I saw you,
you seen it too?
When I saw you jump off stage into a split, I was like, yeah. I was like, you know, usually in BlurCon, I'm very crossfaded and I don't remember much.
Oh, we be getting fucked up in BlurCon. People don't be. I be trying to tell people like, cause this is gonna be my first year going to DreamCon, but I be telling people like, if you trying to get into some nasty, go to fucking. But I be getting dick. All right, BlurCon, it be fine ass nerds. That's where you go be a hoe. DreamCon is where you go network. From what I see, network to do. But if you want to be nasty slut, go to BlurCon. People just be having weed, and then like I was getting free fucking weed, shot. THC, shot. Yeah. You drinking that shit too? Yo, you
no, my first BlurCon in the party, a nigga had Hennessy, and he was just pouring shots. Look at you want a shot?
It be debauchery and it's great, but it's funny that both of y'all said that. Because Jig said something like that too. She was like, I wanted to talk to you and be your friend, but I don't know if you want to
be. Is that the voice?
I don't know.
You be doing that. Jiggly, you be doing that. You be doing that.
I wasn't sure if you and I think it's funny because it's a disconnect that I have, right? Because like I'm not famous by any means, but I kind of almost am. So it's like, you know, people be like, you famous. I don't know if I could talk to you. And I be like, bro, I ain't shit. Like, I am not famous. I ain't shit. Like, I'm just a regular bitch living life. I got 30 cents in my account. I'm not famous. But also, like, I do be hanging out with, like, famous people. So it's that. I think it's that, too. Like, I think, because I've met famous people that I wanted to meet, and they've been weird as fuck. So I think it's that, too. It's like, to meet somebody that you want to meet, and then you meet them, and then they fucking weird, and then you be like, "This is what a waste! Like this was a waste." And now I'm disappointed and I'm sad because I really liked you. So I do always make it a point, like even if I don't become friends with the person, but if somebody like comes up to me and talks to me, I always try to talk to them because it's like I think about like if I met Gambino, like I love Gambino. And if he was weird to me, I would be fucking sad. So I never want to make somebody sad because they wanted to meet me. I think that's weird. You know what I mean? So I try to make it a point to be nice to people that want to meet me because like, yeah, I do work and all of that shit, but it's like, I'm getting paid to be funny. So like, this is still like something that's weird and it's great. And I like that people like me. And I like that like people see me and want to be my friend because we nerds. Y'all know how it is. Like I've lived a life where people did not want to talk to me. Like where I had to make people like me. So it's cool now to hear like, hey, I saw you and I saw that you were being yourself and it made me want to talk to you and be your friend. So like, yeah, if you see me again, because I'm probably coming to BlurCon again to get nasty. Like, yeah, like let's talk, let's hang out. Like, and anybody else on here or that's watching, like if you see me and you ever want to like hang out or talk, yeah, like come up and talk to me. I'm always looking for more people to meet with, especially people of color, because like we out here and it's just such a great experience to get to talk to y'all and like be around y'all. Like it's just a different type of energy. Yeah, man. And if so y'all want to get nasty? We get nasty?
Yeah, absolutely.
We are always down.
Let's get gross. We getting fucking nasty.
Like Ray's not here, but she's the other part of Girls Can't Gig.
Yes.
And I was walking with her later and I saw you again. And she's like, just go talk to her. I was like, it's not the famous thing. It's the like, she's so funny. I'm not gonna be funny enough to be around her. And then I just like, I literally
you're not corny.
nope, and just like.
That's funny. I've heard that. I've heard that too. They're like, you're not gonna think I'm funny. I'm like, I'll be high. You're probably fucking hilarious. I'll be fucked up. Somebody cried when they saw me. This girl was crying. Then like I was outside at the food trucks because I always be out there by the food trucks. That food is fire. But I was out there and she was crying, walking towards me, crying. And I'm All Might. Like people call me All Might. I be ready to fight. So I'm like, who the fuck did this to you? Like, who the fuck got you crying at the con? And she's like, I'm so excited to meet you. I was like, oh, that's for me? Oh, thank you, sugar foot. Like, but now who did it? I'll beat his ass. I will beat his ass at this con.
Yeah, but it's the same with Jiggly. It was the same thing with Jiggly and I talking at first. I was like, I love her and she's so hilarious, but
so
what
delightful.
if it's the same thing? What if she doesn't think I'm funny enough to be around her? But like me and her are now cool and stuff like that. And I did want to touch on what Goku said was learning how to be the friend for them. It's not just all about us. It's also about our friendship that we give out. And everybody knows, if you don't know, now you know, I hate talking on the phone. I hate it. Do not talk to me. Just text me. DM me, it is what it is. I rather talk in memes and gifs and whatever it is. But Goku will call me and I'm like, I gotta do this. I am her friend and she needs to like verbally hear my voice. I can't text her. So I will come out of my comfort zone for her and talk about it, whatever it is. Which I think is very important because they do respect my boundaries. Like, don't call me. But if it's something serious, I'm like, I will step out of my boundary zone for you because you are my friend, you know? So I just want to point that out.
Along the same lines, Trend, like you have taught me how to be better at letting people vent and not offering solutions and not trying to fix their problem. Because if you're my friend and you're hurting, well, we're going to solve this because I'm not going to stand by and let that happen. So let's figure out how we fix this. And you really helped me to understand that sometimes that's not useful for someone. And to be able to put aside how I feel about it and really do for you, which is to just listen. And also to ask, do you want a solution or do you want me to listen?
That's super important. Asking questions like me, but that also comes with like being vulnerable because sometimes, you know, we get in our own head, we get in our own ego, and it's like, what I'm doing is right. Like, I'm coming from a good place. They should know, but it's just like, well, I don't know. You know, like, that's not how it feels to me. Like, it feels like me for this, because we all got our own traumas and spaces that we come from. Like, I had to learn that. So, to like attachment styles and love languages, like, some people like, that shit's not true. I'm like, oh, it's definitely true. Like, I always end up meeting people who do not like physical touch, right? And Jig and Jig's one of them. And I am very like, you know, like I mean, only when I like you. When I don't like you, you know, I'll still hug you a little bit. But like when I like you and when I'm high, I just want to feel some skin. So like I be trying to not do it because I know Jig don't like it, but I be like, oh, her arm right here. And I be trying to rub it, like, but I appreciated her just as a friend because she told me like up front, like, hey, I see you like to hug. I don't like hugs a lot, so but I'm trying to be better, so I'll hug you. But it's still funny because she'll be like, and like make a weird ass noise, and I'm like, we can just not hug. And she's like, no, I'm gonna beat this demon within me. Jig, you don't have to do this.
Here's the thing, right? Okay, hugs when it's just a hug is cool, but when it comes with love, that's when it gets weird. If I'm just hugging like hello, nice to meet you, whatever, there's nothing attached to that. But like, you guys are my friends, and I'm gonna say it. I love you guys. My eyes are closed because I'm still uncomfortable.
The face is hilarious.
But, like the hugs come with love, and that is what makes me uncomfortable. That's the uncomfortable part.
She was getting in the car. Oh, go ahead. And then I was
I was gonna say, when she picked me up from the airport, I was like, Jiggly! yay, ready to hug. And I was like, can I hug you? She's like, yes. I was like, yay, let me hug you. And gave her all the love. And then I remember later that night, you're like, that was a lot. I'm so sorry. And at BoyCon too, ran up. I was like, Jiggly's here. Can I hug you? And you're like, yes.
I have to prepare my body for this.
I was gonna say, like,
the boundary is don't touch, but I'm like, can we skip past that little boundary just for a second? You know, just I want to hug. And she's like, okay, you know.
With me is words. I'm very like wordily affectionate towards Jiggly. Stuff like Jiggly see me and my sister interact with each other. We're very like, you know, you are light. You are the blueprint.
But affirmations are big. Oh, I love the way you guys love on each other.
So like when I talk to Jiggly, I'm like, you know, Jiggly, if it wasn't for you, I would just like, hold on.
It's a lot.
It's a lot. I'm very like, I'll write a poem.
To my
Your
dearest
poems are
Jig.
lovely. I still have the picture, the Pokemon card that you drew me.
Oh yeah.
Very much so.
I drew a picture of when I went to LA. I drew a picture of Jigglypuff on a pole.
It was very, very cute. I get real sentimental about that stuff. Like sometimes if I love it so much, I'll lock it up and put it away, and like you'll never. I don't want anything to happen to it.
Why don't you laminate it?
That's a good idea.
I'm such a mom. Like, let's figure it out. You
Put it
gotta
on the
laminate.
fridge.
Oh yeah.
Oh my god!
That's fucking dope.
Yeah.
She
You drew
sent me
that?
a card.
No, I didn't draw it. It was a card.
Like, damn, Goku, his shit go crazy.
Anything that somebody sends me, it's probably on this over here, but I keep all the cards and stuff, and it says the blueprint. I read that and I started crying. I didn't even read the card yet. But very sentimental when it comes to words as well, just like Goku said and stuff like that. And then just so yes, Jiggly, I still have your cards. I still have everybody's cards. They're over here somewhere. But like, I look at these often and read it, and it makes me feel good when I am through my depression stage. It's like I really should reach out to some of these people and let them know I'm okay. You know what I mean? Because I'm in Arizona. I'm not in California. I wish I could drive there, but and I'm also not on the East Coast. I'm not in Texas or whatever. So I am missing all of you guys. But these help like a lot. So write your friend, do a little pen pal shit.
Yes,
all of that stuff still matters. We were I gotta tell y'all the story because it was funny. We were coming from one of her shows, and she had parked kind of far, and it was one of the times like we had went out to eat and we like hung out. We got tacos and pizza and like met this other random dude. It was just one of them nights, and it was like just a really fun night. And I was taking her to the car. Taking her to her car, she was getting out, and we had already hugged. I was like, "Bye, Jig, I love you." And she was opening her door, and she was like, it just like stood there for like a couple of seconds, and I got one car, and I just started fucking laughing. And I think I called her, texted you later. I was like, "Bro, you good?"
Yeah, no, you called me, and then we talked all the way home.
I was like, did that make you uncomfortable a little bit? Were you okay? She was like, no, because like I love you too, and I felt it, but I don't know. I wasn't sure to say it though. Can I say that? I don't know how I was feeling in my heart of hearts. And so yeah, it was just interesting. But yeah, just feeling like you can have those conversations with people. I feel like it's just the mark of friendship and feeling comfortable. Because like, if you're uncomfortable with I love you and touching all of that stuff, like that is something as your friend I should know, because I never want anybody to feel pressured. And as a friend, I did have to learn, like, if I know that you're not like I have to look for the signs to make me feel good, right? Like, so my not boyfriend person, right? He's not affectionate at all. Like, it's like looking at a wall, right? But like, so, and I like to hug. Like, I'm one of them, like, we're not getting off the phone without saying I love you. Because, like, something can happen. You could die. And I want the last words, like, I want you to know I love you. So, like, I'm going to hug you. Like, even if you're not hugging, we're going to hug. And so, like, he started getting out the car and just doing this. And for a while, like, what the fuck is he doing? And then I was like, oh, he know, like, he knows I want a hug, so he's just already prepping himself to hug me. Oh, you love me. Like, you love the shit out of me. Like, you're accepting the affection and you're trying to give it and you don't give it. So looking for that, and also like giving them the affection in the way they like it. So it's like his is acts of service. So it's like, all right, let me bring you some food one of these days. Like, I know you work late, let me bring you some food, or let me help you fold your clothes. Like shit like that. Like figuring out how people show their affection and giving it in that way, and also understanding like everybody's not going to show you the love in the way that you want, but you know, people be trying. You got to acknowledge the trying. Acknowledge the trying.
And you got to try good.
Yeah, I'll say this and I'll stop. Not Jiggly. Bunny loves to hug, at least me. She loves to hug me and I love it back, okay? But when she cooks for you, you mean something, okay? So again, looking out for those signs of like how they show how they love you or how they appreciate you means so much. Like, let's go get some more daiquiris, let's go cook some food and sit out in the garage and hang out and chit chat.
Like, let me make you a hookah. Let me make you a frozen drink.
But I just want people out there to hear like how we're saying different things for different people, and not just here in our lives of how we express how we feel and how we love and how it's returned to us or how they love as well. So maybe you can go, oh shit, that's also why they never let me touch them. I should probably ask them.
Yeah, like have a conversation.
You want to be touched? No. Oh, okay. So now you're not sitting here saying they hate me because they won't let me hug them. You know what I mean? Because we do get in our own heads about that. Like, oh, I didn't get a hug. They probably hate me. I did something, and you just kind of spiral down.
Yeah, it's like no, they just didn't like being touched. Can I ask y'all a question? Is this for y'all too? Because everybody in here cute. So I had to learn that like gifts, people giving you gifts was a sign of like they like love you for some people. Because people just be giving me shit. So I didn't look at that as like, oh, you're giving me this because you like love me. Like, because people, you know, y'all know how it is, y'all cute. People just be like, here goes some free shit. Here goes some money. Here goes some passes for stuff. But for some people, it's like, I'm giving you this trinket because I genuinely care about you as a person. So I love getting gifts, but I had to learn like for certain people, like this is really big. Like this is, I went out and I shopped and I thought about you and like I gave you this specific thing for you. And so and I cry a lot. So I be crying when I know it's that. When I know it's that, I be crying. I'm pussy.
Me and you are the same then, because they see it on my streams, especially for my birthday streams. I'll just get a pack, like 3 or 4 packages, and they be big. And I'm like, why y'all doing this? And like, because we like it. Like, nah, y'all want to fuck.
Why?
Y'all
exactly. You want to fuck. You want to fuck. Oh, I'm loud. I'm yelling like I got a child. She like, hey.
But it's like that. Some people are really good. I love gifts. That's one of my love languages. So if you give me a gift, I'm like, oh, and I start crying, right? But then it's like, what do you want from me? Like, what do you want out of this? Like, nothing. I'm like, nah, there's something to it. Like, you're my friend, Trent, and I love you.
And I love you. Happy birthday.
And I'm just waving the keyblade around out of friendship. You know what I mean? That's the moment of power of friendship right there. But it is something where you got to recognize, like, okay, are you trying to fuck? Or are you actually friends?
Like, do you genuinely like me? And sometimes it's both.
Sometimes it's both. Cool. Sometimes it is both.
Sometimes it is both. I've definitely like threatened some people because I was like, you want to do what? You want to give me this for the what? Look, if you try to have sex with me, I'm gonna kill you. And that is very violent. Very violent. Very violent.
Bro, I'll beat your ass giving me a book. Like,
hey, I think the one defining factor in all of it is our favorite C word, not cunt, but consent. Y'all know I'm polyamorous, so I do fuck my friends. Sorry to the tween that's hearing me say that.
Oh, my headphones in. She just heard me yelling. Yeah.
I fuck my friends. My friends fuck me. My friends fuck each other. Everybody's consensual. Everybody's of age. That doesn't mean that everybody that is polyamorous is like me. I just happen to have really hot friends. As you can see here, I have yet to fuck these friends.
Yes.
We'll keep you guys up.
Yes.
That's the thing. It's like, you know, if you're giving gifts to me and we have not fucked yet, Do I think in the back of my mind, does this person want to fuck me? I think about it less now because I'm accustomed to people wanting to fuck me, right?
Yeah.
That's just like a thing. But I don't find it far-fetched that people that get me gifts would be the type that would want to fuck me because I invite that energy. So the question is, when y'all turn it around and y'all looking, I hear y'all. So take the gifts and give the consent if need be. Let's see where that should take you.
I'm not buddy. My door is still open. You can come back anytime.
As a person who does show affection through gifts and those types of things, like I don't always want to fuck the person I want to give a gift to. Sometimes I just want to show them that I care, and the way that I like to show you that I care is either I'm going to do something meaningful for you or I'm going to give you something.
Not a blowjob.
Yeah, well, maybe.
I mean, just saying.
And if I cook
How
for
you
you
look?
and give you a blowjob, we're getting married. Okay? Because those are two things that are very high on my love language list. Okay.
I love it. Jiggly, I'm gonna have to come back out there too. When y'all Goku, when you go out there, let me know, and I'll drive out there, and then we can all hang out, and
We
then
can do that.
Yes, because
hug, not
so
hug,
much
love each other,
fun.
not love
Yes,
each other.
I am turning 30 next year, so y'all
Happy
are
almost, bro. Next year. Happy birthday. Oh, a year. Okay.
Yeah.
I
next
see,
year.
Just turn up.
No, you're invited. I don't know where I'll be, what I'll be doing.
That's
but
funny.
you
I
know.
was gonna come either way. You think I was finna bust in it? We're friends now. Open the door.
She said
Where the fucking cake at?
Oh, speaking of bitch, that is something I learned about Jiggly. Because Jiggly was like, bitch, what the fuck is wrong with you?
Yep.
My love is very aggressive.
Yeah.
My love
Like,
is aggressive.
I left my phone in the grocery store. When we're
That was the most awkward car ride ever.
Listen.
Okay.
You left your phone in the what?
Hold on. We gotta back it up. We gotta back it up.
I was so mad. I was so mad.
Nah, Jiggly, we gotta back it up even further.
What?
When we got her from the airport, she's like, I lost my wallet. I don't know where my ID is. And we're like, what? How
You
are
was just
gonna go
vibing?
home? LA is great, but how are you gonna go home? Where are you gonna go? And then eventually it all worked out. But then we went. We were supposed to go to some anime fashion show somewhere.
Oh, no.
And stopped to go use the bathroom. We were like halfway home.
It was an hour away. The place
Oh,
we went to
shit.
was an hour away. And did we go to Frankensons that same day?
Yeah.
So we went to Frankensons, which is like it's a collectible show. So they have it's basically like Artist Alley at a con, right?
Yeah.
You got people selling pins, merch, all kinds of figures, old video games, systems, everything, right? So we go and we spend a few hours out there. We have been gone from home base for like a good 5.5 hours at this point, right? We're driving back. And I wanted to take them to this Korean fried chicken spot. I was really excited about it, right?
Same.
And I wanted it to be a great fucking time. We were on our way there. We are halfway to the
I'm sorry
place.
to interrupt. Were you hungry or were you just going?
Yes.
Oh, hungry
I
Jig.
was
Okay.
hungry.
Oh,
Oh, that's important to understand that
Yeah,
version
yeah.
of me.
Okay.
Hungry Jig.
That's aggressive. That is an aggressive. Okay, go ahead. Now I get it now. Also, yes, that says later.
So we are about 30 minutes into our journey. It's going to take us an hour to get to the spot.
Traffic.
30 minutes in. 30 minutes of driving away from the destination where sweet Goku had left her phone.
when I tell you I'm telling you, it's the most awkward because I'm trying to be nice. I'm like, let's do find your iPhone. We got it. You know, let's call the store. We're over here. I'm making calls on my phone. I'm like, log in here. Here's my phone. Try to find and see if it's still there. And Jiggly is driving. I've never seen someone get the triangle, okay? The way she did. I'm in the front seat, Goku's in the back, and I'm sitting there just like looking out the window, like, she gonna run us all over in this car. Like, it's not gonna work. And she's like, I'm sorry, but I think it's in the bathroom. And I just like look over like twice, and she's just like just fuming. I'm like, damn, I need to roll down a window or
fuming. When I tell you the silence was thick.
Like,
I was
you
so
talking about that wall? That was her. Okay.
I was so upset.
Oh shit.
But I was doing the best to manage my shit because I love you guys. I really wanted to say bad things and a lot of cuss words, but I knew that Goku already felt bad enough. I was also dealing with the fact that I was hosting you guys and I wanted you to have a good time, and I was taking you to this place that would have been another wow on our day, and now we can't go, and what are we gonna eat for dinner? And it's taking so fucking long, and how did you leave your phone in the bathroom? Why didn't you notice sooner? And then we had to drive back.
And LA traffic is wild too.
It is.
Oh yeah.
It was so fun because I knew Jiggly was frustrated with me. She was like, I want you to see the scenery. Every time I'm in the car, sleep, slump.
Slump.
Goku, look.
Goku falls asleep in the car.
It's the time zone, y'all. She from the East Coast.
Oh yeah, that's different.
Nah,
But
Goku falls asleep in the car. It don't matter what time zone it is. She
It
falls asleep
really
in
does.
the car.
That's different.
But the best part, which again, because Jiggly did verbalize some stuff, and I don't know if you remember, or you're just blinded by rage at the moment, but you're like, I'm upset, but I understand. We'll get there. But I'm upset.
Yes.
Because I have stuff planned. And I was just, it felt very much so like when your parents like, I'm disappointed in you.
I'm
It was
very
like,
disappointed.
oh, don't be disappointed. Hate me.
no.
I'd rather you tell me you hate me than be disappointed. That's the vibe I was getting the entire car ride. Again, I'm just innocent bystander. She driving.
You're like,
I'm
I didn't
like,
even
she's
do anything,
bad.
but I'm
Like,
in trouble too.
Y'all taught me to verbalize. Y'all the ones taught me to verbalize.
yes.
And I thank you guys so much for being
It is
patient
important.
with my shit.
Yes. Because I was upset, but I wasn't driving. I wasn't.
I'm sensitive as fuck. My thing is like, because I'm a words person, like but I try to be like, okay, you'll tell me something, I'll be like, I see what you're saying here, and I'll be
I
quiet.
understand.
Yeah. That's how I am. Stop laughing. Because that's how I am, and it'll be very robotic. I see what you're saying. Then after I like think through it, let's bring this back. You said this. Like, I'm very analytical and stuff.
She got her phone.
Mhm.
And I was
Yay.
like, after it was like 10 minutes into the drive away the second time.
Mhm.
Then it was good. Then it was like, okay, listen to this music. Now we're having that again.
Yeah.
I was like,
Yeah.
whoa.
Back to normal.
I remember the song that brought me out of it too. It was
TLC?
Breaking My Heart by Men Condition.
Oh, that shit
yeah.
fire.
Yeah,
That's
right?
that's a banger.
Right? They put us back on. And then it was good. It was good after that.
That's a banger. Seeing how different people deal with anger is always interesting too.
Yeah.
Like I feel like that's when you know that we're friends. You just see me cuss somebody out. Oh, it was bad. I was hot. This was not even that was last week. I cussed my not boyfriend out. It was Jig's very good at diffusing stuff. I'm usually the diffuser. I'll get upset, but I don't get mad. But he had just been pissing me off all day, and I cussed him out in a public place. And I don't like being ignorant like that. But Jig was just like, "Hey, let's just walk away." Let's just walk. It was bad, y'all. I was saying the N-word. I don't even say the N-word. It was bad. It was bad. But I
in a
think
very loud room, and I could hear her over the loud room. That's when I was like, all right, we gotta dial this one down.
now it's fine.
Down.
But again, take notes. Listen to how everybody is talking about, like, I was in this situation. This is what happened. We're still here. We're still friends after all this. Like, it all still worked out. Because it could have ended, not saying it would have, but it could have ended between Jiggly and Goku off of that one cell phone situation.
Yeah,
you know what
somebody's
I mean?
just getting mad.
You're gone. Bye. I never have to talk to you again. It is what it is, and kind of like separated or ghosted. but we're adults. We can talk stuff out.
I'm gonna say maturity is important as hell.
Yeah.
And that's one thing that's like one of my red flags. Red flag. If someone is not mature enough to understand that things happen, but just because this instance has happened, that means that doesn't mean it's the end all be all. If you're willing to be uncomfortable or talk about it to understand, that makes it all the more better. It makes you closer.
Yeah, and I think both people or all parties involved, right? They have to have the desire to want to be able to repair when things are broken. Because sometimes you don't want to repair and you're just out. Like, that's what it is. But I'm thankful that, we can all come together and continuously try to repair anytime there is some friction or something uncomfortable. Like, we all are patient with each other, but also like willing to do the work to stay friends. Because that is something that is really important in adult friendships. You have to work to stay friends. You have to do the maintenance.
Facts. Yeah. That's facts. Platonically or romantically. You know what I'm saying? Like, this shit is all work. And it's crazy because legit, most of it is just talking. And we just hate talking. We don't like, especially in the Black community, we're not raised to talk. We're not raised to express our emotions. You know what I mean? Like, I had to realize, like, my dad used to do social work. So, like, I had to realize a lot of people don't know how to express themselves. Like, I was just lucky that I had a dad that did like therapy and shit for people. So I didn't realize, like, oh, everybody doesn't fucking say, I feel like this and you made me feel like this and this da 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 da. Like, I think you also got to give people grace because everybody wasn't raised like that, because people don't, like, sometimes you just don't know. So yeah, giving grace and just being understanding and all of that. But also, sometimes cut motherfuckers off. I gotta just throw that back in there. Sometimes people ain't worth hanging around. Like, if all you're doing is being stressful or negative, or like it's getting to the point where, like, I'm not happy when I talk to you. Like, you don't bring me joy. Like, I'm dreading talking to you. Like, I'm starting to ignore your conversations. Like, I'm talking to other people about you. It's like, all right, this is I don't like this. Let's at least dial it back. Or maybe I don't need to talk to you as much. Or maybe I don't need to talk to you at all. Being able to figure out what that is.
Exactly. This is the biggest thing I wanted to say in this episode. Have friends that will tell you the truth and not always agree with you, because I be in the wrong a lot. Like, is this person did it? And they're like, you tripping. I'm like, you're right. I am tripping. It's not them, it's me. And then you got to do some self inner work and stuff. You know what I mean? But please have friends in your corner that aren't just be like, yeah, you right all the time. Yeah, they fuck with you, blue, blue, blue. Let's go fight them. And it's like, nah, it was really my issue. I did this. Which everybody has, at least here, has kept me accountable about it. It's like, you tripping, or you need to calm it down, or give them space and then come back and try again later or whatever. Instead of just saying, yeah, fuck that person. It's like, which feels good, of course, because like, yeah, someone's on my side, but that's not really them on your side. That's them helping with your downfall. But if it's like, nah, get it together, Trin. This was happening. Look at it this way, and goes, oh, you're right. That's why I fuck with you, because you help me be a better person. I love you for that. Let me hug you if you let me.
If you let me.
If you let me.
Accountability is really important. It really is. And having people that can hold you accountable in love, right? And hold you accountable while still being respectful to who you are as a person. Hold you accountable while supporting you. Even if you're feeling, emotional or out of pocket, or even if you're wrong, you still need that emotional support. But you also, in love might need that critical eye, that correction, that feedback, right? And so just being able to hold each other accountable to being who you are, right? Your best self, your most authentic self, is really, really key in, who you keep in your circle and who you keep close to you. Anybody got any last words, anything they want to plug before we wrap it up?
I want to remind everybody that in our community, we sometimes look at red flags and don't recognize them as red flags in friendship or in any kind of intimate relationship. We also are all women of color on this podcast. I want to remind everybody that's a woman or identifies as a woman, or even the men that are listening to our podcast. we live in a world where women go to Cancun and don't come back home because they chose the wrong friend. So if you, as a person of color or not, have friends around you that are typical red flags, but for whatever reason, you're just normalizing them, please do the best that you can to be able to go see therapy. If you can't see a therapist, get virtual therapy and replace and replenish, like a vitamin supplement, the need for friendship, that connection that you have, which is really a toxic connection, with a connection. Just switch gears, baby. Just switch frequencies, change that dial on your frequency on your radio, because we live in a world where you might not come back from a hanging out session with that friend. So please just pay attention to the red flag. We love you.
Facts.
All right, Roxy, what you got going on? What do you want to tell people about what you have coming up?
What do I got? Hold on, let me look at my phone. I'm dropping an EP in a couple of weeks. It's called Me and You. It's nerdcore, so check that out. And then I'll be dropping another one in July, which I know is like con season. It's called Never Knows Best, so it's all anime themed. We're definitely have some Fooly Cooly stuff in there, some One Piece, some Dragon Ball Z. You like Fooly Cooly? Fooly Cooly's fire. So I'm dropping that, and then I'm gonna do an album release party in Houston in August. So yeah, Bunny, are you back out there, right? So yeah, definitely come through. I got a show on Game While Black called Mostly Positive, where we play like really indie weird games, or just old games. Jig's supposed to be on a coming episode soon, so I'll make sure when she's on that one, we'll post that. I got some shit on my board. Oh, I do stand up. So check my Instagram or my website, RoxxyHaze.com, to see the dates I have coming up. I should be coming out to BlurCon. I'm not doing the comedy show this year. I'm actually going to be doing a show at the DC Improv with my homie Haywood. So yeah, I'm really excited. Fuck yeah. Better. And then we having a party. So I'm definitely going to be at BlurCon. I might do the rap show again. So we'll see. All y'all come through. We're gonna turn up. We're getting high and shit too. And then it was something else. Oh, I'm gonna be at DreamCon with Super Dope. I'm working with Super Dope as well, which is Carl Jones from the Boondocks Company. So I'll be out there with him. So if y'all see me at BlurCon or just any con, come up. Even if you're not funny, which you are. Just come up. I'm always looking for other people to talk to. Thank y'all for inviting me on your podcast. I really do appreciate it. Like I said, I love being around us, you know what I'm saying? And it makes me happy. If anybody else is watching, because I often get people be like, do you want me on your podcast, or can you come on there? You're like, yeah, I'll come. Hit me up. I'm always down to talk, and I really appreciate y'all for inviting me into y'all space. Thank you.
Thank you for coming.
Love you having
Love
you
y'all
here.
too.
Thank you.
Great, of course, you're welcome.
Trin, Goku, anything?
Goku, you can go first.
Man, I ain't got shit. Okay. Follow me at GokusGodCousin. I am working on a cosplay, and also you can follow my art page at soul.jones. Go to my portfolio, so you can do that. Remember to study science and have safe sex.
That's a good one.
Bars.
It's your girl SDTrinity, leader of the Squirtle Squad. I actually, in like 10 days ish, I will be at Phoenix Fan Fusion. I have 3 panels I'm doing. I am nervous. So, little backstory: Pokemon Go is changing a bunch of shit, and so my whole panel's got to change. So I got to figure that out. So I'll be there doing panels. I'm super excited about it. I should be having a full schedule again for Twitch, so follow me, SDTrinity, on everything. Sundays and Mondays I should be streaming again, and I just played the Outlast Trials. Scary as fuck.
Oh shit.
Come play with me.
Dope.
Oh, wait, I forgot. I will be at BlurCon, and I'll have 2 panels.
Let's go.
Yay!
Yeah, so you'll be able to see me.
Are y'all doing the poll thing again?
The poll thing is happening again. I will not be there. I'm not coming to BlurCon this year unless there is some random miracle. I might show up, but other than that, I will be scouring everybody's stories and timelines so that I can see all the stuff and live vicariously through everyone. But no, I will not be at BlurCon. Please make sure that you go check out these lovely ladies and all of their things. Trend streams are so much fun. The people who are in the stream together, like, make such a great environment. Trend, you've created a wonderful space for everybody to come in and just feel very like
Aw.
at home and cool and fun with each other. Shout out to our GCG fam, because they're always there. And anytime like we go do another event with somebody else, they always show up and show out and come through. We love you guys out there in Girls Can't Geekland.
Yes.
I am Jiggly Senpai. You can find me on Instagram, Jiggly Senpai 3. Check my link tree for all the other stuff that I do. So yeah, this has been another episode of Senpai and Friends. Thank you guys for hanging out with us. We love you, and we'll see you again soon. Bye.
Bye, everybody.